Okay, so I started using numbers in the titles, and I'll explain why as soon as it gets interesting, which is tomorrow. Um, the Still here, obviously, still piano streaming, still still don't like being here. Uh, Somebody I was in made a little bit of contact with previously while I was looking for apartments reached out to me again asking if I knew anybody who needed a place to stay because at the time they had somebody and then apparently that fell through and now uh, she needs somebody again. I'm like, well, I'm fucking looking for a place to stay. So we'll see where that goes there. Uh, but I don't know. Rare fine leader, roughly, um, is how that's said. It's Norwegian for weird, pretty sounds. Somebody came up with that like 2 days ago or something. 3 days ago? Might have been 3 days ago. Because 2 days ago was a very short stream. Um, yeah. Uh, I I'm confident with the notes. I don't know. So I was thinking if I do these on 3 rotations, what if I reduce the whole thing to 3 sections? But I don't know which one I would cut. I don't think it works as well if I try to cut any. That's really hard to say. I don't think I should cut any, but maybe I should stick with the 3. I want to do the 3 because it makes the left hand sound better, but the issue with the left hand was that the note doesn't get held long enough. That doesn't that's less of an issue if I play it quickly enough. So if I do the 4 bar measures, maybe they're measures, 4 repetitions of each thing, but I do them quickly enough, I'll still hear the full. Because this doesn't last very long. It doesn't last long enough to do the whole thing, but I like this speed. When I speed it up, yeah, you can still hear, or you can hear the whole thing, but I don't know. You don't. It's less fun like that. I feel like I did it a little bit previously just to practice it. Because I need to get good at that pattern before I can experiment more with expanding upon it. uh, I'm not even sure how I would write that in notation, or even like the time signature of it, because it is. I feel like, well, that there gives equal weight, but I feel like the way I do it, the first note always is a bit longer. Might be the first two notes. It's hard to say really because I'm not the best at the whole rhythm counting thing. Um, but I feel like that gives a lot more. I'm pretty sure that gives each note an equal weight there. It sounds that way anyway. Or the way I like to play it doesn't do that. And I think a lot of that is because I steal it. Because I steal it from the Daredevil theme, which doesn't do that either. Maybe mine's a little bit faster. Da 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 da. I don't know how to play that part. But yeah, I like the sound of that for now. I should play with something else. Well, let's. Fuck. Okay, so I still know how to do that. Weird thing here. My phone is telling me that there's one person watching. Before it was telling me there was nobody watching for like a long time. I didn't mention it. I didn't bring it up. Normally I talk about when there's people watching. It was weird though that it had a little zero there on the people when I had the fucking tablet open the whole time. And I know the tablet's working because I see myself every time I do anything. I see it again. uh, on the tablet. So I know that the tablet's there, and I'm assuming YouTube is just now catching up, and the one person watching is technically me. It just previously it was zero. So that either means that it knows that I'm using my account on the tablet, and before, whenever there was one person showing, it was an individual, or YouTube was fucking up today and was just showing zero for that, which I'm not entirely sure about. Well, I can sort of test the hypothesis. I'll close out of that and I'll watch what happens with this one. It still says 1 there. There might be some. No, now it says 0. It took a while. I don't fucking know. Well, now will it say 1 again after about the same interval? Temporal distance. Now 1 popped up again. That 1 is me, I think. Pretty sure that 1 is me. Yesterday went great for piano wise. I was doing some fun stuff yesterday. Let's do that. Let's do some more I I didn't even know I could do that. I didn't even know it was that simple. I just fucking played around and I was like, oh. Okay, what you start coming and they don't stop coming. It gets more complicated after that, I assume. I can do the lyrics. I know how to sing them. I don't know where to go from there. You stop coming and they don't stop coming. Wait. Is that it? That might be it. That's not Rider Feeding Leader. That's the Daredevil thing. Wait, do they? Are they the same fucking thing? Because what I figured out yesterday was, or what I tried to do yesterday was translate the song along. No, that one actually does a E flat there. Maybe, unless it's like technically in a different key anyway. If I start, because my thumb it lands on the C. Right? Yeah, that's the C. Which this note isn't in the key of C, or this note is a flat in the key of C. So is this one, but they might be fine in a different key. What key would that even be? I don't know. I think it's in the key of C, but with a flat. I don't know. Because I didn't learn this one with sheet music. I learned it with a fucking synesthesia fucking YouTube video, which I actually have trouble doing for some reason. It's weird for me to look at those and actually like figure out how the what keys to press when doing that. I have to take them one at a time and look at each individual one and then make sense of it. I can't just look at it, look at the keys being played, and then translate that directly onto the fucking keyboard I'm looking at. It's too weird for me. But that is how I learned this one. Yeah. That's also how I learned the other thing. That's the Flash theme. It gets a lot more complicated, and I don't know it. It starts out like where you're just sort of holding the note, and then later on you're holding the octave. When you're doing the same pattern, you repeat the right hand pattern an octave up, and then you hold the, the left hand the same note, but a whole octave of it. So it's two notes. Uh, I used to know the fucking one of the songs from Spice and Wolf. I knew the Apple song or whatever. Or I knew the start of it because it was really pretty and it was fun to do, but it's very complicated and I lost all of my knowledge of it because I haven't practiced it in like 2 years, maybe even 3 or 4. But I kind of want to go back to that one and see if I can do that one at some point. I might try that later today and then see if I can do it tomorrow or whatever. Um, but yeah, no guarantee how long this series will last, though, because no guarantee how long I'll have a piano in front of me if I want to fucking leave or whatever, or I don't even know. See, the thing is, if I ask nicely, or if I ask in general, my sister will probably pick me up. Well, no, she said that. She can pick me up on Sundays. Her and her husband are off. She can pick me up, and she can take me back up there, and I can just stay with her for a bit, and then try to go somewhere from there. Which is sort of the better option, really, because it's gonna be hard to fit all my shit in 2 bags if I want to take the bus. But then from there, do I ask her again to take me wherever the fuck else I want to go? Um, and then I'm essentially just using her as transportation. Uh, but like, I don't know. I probably just should take her up on her offer to pick me up because of the other things that I would want to take, right? And because there's shit I need to do in Maryland that I just need to get done. And I want to leave this house. So I feel like I should do that. It is like it's just asking more things of her. um, I might do that though. I might ask her if she can pick me up Sunday and then just leave. Leave here Sunday and then figure out somewhere else to go from there, from her house, and just not tell anybody. Uh, No, the thing I would have to do in Maryland, because the other thing too, I don't have an ID, or well, I have an ID. I don't. It's not. It's expired. That's the weird thing is I'm not sure if my ID counts as a legitimate ID because it expired. It was my learner's permit and it expired. But I've used it to do things to prove myself or whatever in various situations with an expired ID and nobody talks about it. So I think it's only expired if I try to drive with it. But I should probably just get it renewed anyway. But that's $50 for that. And then it's like with the person I've been talking to, they're gonna want 1 month's rent, and then I just hope from there that I find a job within a month, which shouldn't really be too hard to just find a shitty job. Uh, just like apparently she's like right next to a shopping center or whatever, so I can just apply to every single fucking store and see what happens. The rent's fucking it was 200 for the rent, which is like really good. Which was actually what I was thinking would have been for here. I haven't even he hasn't fucking asked for any rent here because he knows I'm not making any money. He might ask me for something when I leave, and I just like I can't really afford that because I had to spend all my fucking money on food, going to goddamn 7-Eleven every day. Um, yeah, this by the way, this is the part of the video where I'm just rambling on about life or whatever because I know there's one person that watches all of these for whatever reason, or that watches the whole way through. um, and it's good for me to talk out loud like this. This is what I used to do in the VC videos. I used to do that every day for half an hour. I just ramble on about whatever the fuck. And that's what this is, and it feels good to do that again. It really does. So I might just do it anyway, even if I don't have a piano in front of me in future. But maybe I'll talk to her about that. Figure all that out. But then even still, because I'd have to get my mom would know I'd be there, and I would have to tell my mom that I'm leaving again at some point to go meet with another stranger in a different state again. Instead of just like going on my own, and then hoping it works out, I'm still putting more stress on other people that are worried about me because everybody's worried about me and they have good reason to. Uh, shit. I have a PayPal if you want to give me money. Oh God. I don't feel like I do anything that deserves money that actually like is good enough to warrant being paid for it or running ads or anything like that. I turned my ads off intentionally, like on my own, before the even. Now I can't run ads because YouTube changed its systems. I need to have 1,000 subs to be able to have ads at all. I turned them off on my own because I felt like the quality of my videos just wasn't good enough. I just felt like I didn't feel right getting I mean it wasn't much overall. It's $40 waiting in ad revenue. I can't claim it at all until it passes 100, but it was $40 over like a year or whatever, which isn't very much money really. But I still just felt weird putting ads on that, especially the reading videos, because they're not my stories. I didn't write the story. I didn't translate the story. I'm just reading it out loud without permission. So I didn't feel right putting an advertisement on that. So I turned ads off on everything, and then YouTube went ahead and changed their thing, and now ads don't run on lower channels at all anyway. So it won't matter until another 250 subs, which might happen. The views slowed down a little bit. They went ducked back under 50,000. It almost got to 60,000. It was at 57,000 for a bit. Duck down. I mean, over the past the analytics counter always gives me a 28-day window or whatever that it shows me these are the views in the past 28 days, and whenever I check it, it approached 60,000. I think it was like 57 when I checked it once. I don't know if it ever got more than that, but it was 49 or 48 or something for all of February, which is 28 days. But the 28 days is always that. January was 50,000 or whatever. There may have been a time when it broke 60. I don't think so though, but it slowed down anyway. The people who were watching either stopped watching or got to the end, which a lot of people got to the end, and then just as no new people are coming in because the show isn't new anymore. More people will come in when Kumo rolls around, and I'll get even more views for that because that's 450 videos in the playlist as opposed to the 150 in the Shield Hero. Assuming that Kumo gets as popular as Shield Hero, which I sure as shit hope it does, because it's a fucking great story. It's a better story than Shield Hero, but Shield Hero had the controversial element to it that really boosted its popularity, and girls, good waifus there. So I'm gonna cut the S off of that. Good waifu, singular, not plural. Raphtalia is great. Everybody else is shit. Uh, but yeah, there was a lot of controversy there with the rape allegation and Mine and all that blowing up everywhere. The rape allegation and then the slavery thing, which is like, I'm so used to slavery as a plot device now because so many fucking stories I read, fantasy shit, slavery is involved. It's not like, it's always fucking, they buy slaves and then they treat them like humans. Half the shit I've read involves that. I read a lot of Western fantasy stuff, Western self-published, not fantasy, like that game stuff. And very, very often, there's a situation where somebody buys a slave, or they buy a bunch of slaves, and they treat them like humans. They treat them like normal people, and they get either freed, or they're just in a situation where they're treated like normal people. So that's such a common plot device in stories I read that I'm so used to it now, which is like ridiculous, but. Uh, anyway, yeah, that got blown the fuck up because of all that shit. So I don't know if Kumo is gonna blow up like that. I don't know if my channel is gonna blow up again because of that, or how long it's gonna stay at the views it's at. But those views don't draw in constant subscribers. There's a couple that come in, and the couple that have come in and stick around or whatever would subscribe, but. Now that I'm doing this, more of those people that come in might have been seeing these. I know there's like at least one or two people that came for Shield Hero and they watched these or whatever, and that's where more of these views for these videos are coming through. But so far, there's only one confirmed person who actually watches all of it the whole way through. I still love seeing the delay on the fucking tablet whenever I do anything. I do it again a second later. What the fuck was I talking about? What is my point here? I'm repeating like the same points. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I don't know how long I'm gonna do these. I might start something new or do something new or whatever. It might be fucking great. At the other place, I feel like I do need to get a job, not just for money, but just to have something to do. Because being here was just sitting around and reading or whatever and doing the same shit I was doing before, but colder and around people I didn't like, who know nothing about me and think things in general that I dislike. And he's such a fucking idiot too. The man, oh god. Oh man. But so yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, years start coming and they don't stop coming.